George Romero's filmmaking style often involved a gritty, raw, and realistic presentation. The film would likely have a more low-budget, independent feel, which was characteristic of many of his works. If he had directed The Walking Dead in the 70s, it would probably go something like this. The film opens with shots of Pittsburgh's urban landscape in the 1970s, capturing the city's gritty and industrial atmosphere. An eerie goblin track plays in the background as we see abandoned streets and decaying buildings. Rick Grimes, played by Roy Scheider, wakes up in a hospital bed. Confused and disoriented, he stumbles through the hospital's dark corridors. He encounters Morgan, played by Wayne Jones, a fellow survivor, who asks him how he got his wound.
What is your wound?
The camera cuts to a flashback of Rick getting shot in front of his partner Sean, played by Robin Williams. Rick and Sean get ambushed by a drug-dealing gang with a cop-killing urge. Rick gets shot in the gut and ends up in a coma for about what feels like a year. Rick comes out of the flashback by focusing in on Morgan's voice. He finally realizes that he has to go find his wife and son. Rick still doesn't know that the dead walk the earth, as if every soul in hell had enough. When Rick and Morgan leave the hospital, they encounter Sean. He was going to visit Rick while he was still in his coma. Now he is awake, and they look at each other out of astonishment. Because the character of Sean is played by Robin Williams, he'll try to distract himself at this as happening by telling an awkward joke, though he knows it probably won't help. Sean knows exactly where the group is located, but there's a massive horde through the center of the city that they'll have to pass in order to make it to the other side. Along the way, they will encounter the city hermit Michonne, played by Pam Grier, and the edgy pizza delivery boy Glenn, played by No Joo-hyun. In summary, if The Walking Dead were a film set in 70s Pittsburgh and directed by George Romero, it would likely have a distinct horror aesthetic, social commentary, and character dynamics that reflect both the era and Romero's signature filmmaking approach. The film would stand apart from the TV series, offering a more intense and gritty experience that aligns with Romero's legacy in the zombie genre.